Have you ever felt like someone's watching you? Even behind closed doors, your phone knows where you are, algorithms guess your interests, and your words might be recorded. This isn't science fiction, it's reality. And in 1949, one writer foresaw this world, George Orwell. A visionary who explored totalitarianism, surveillance, and language control in fiction. His novel, 1984, isn't just literature, it's a frighteningly accurate reflection of today. Today we'll compare the world of 1984 with the surveillance society we live in, because this is not just a past prediction, it's a question we must face right now. George Orwell, real name Eric Arthur Blair, was a journalist and political critic deeply alarmed by fascism and totalitarianism. 1984 was born from witnessing real regimes, Franco's Spain, Stalin's USSR, and Nazi Germany, and from the question, what would a world look like where freedom has disappeared? He saw early the dangers of a society that silences thought, controls speech, and rewrites truth. In the novel, Winston Smith lives in a state called Oceania, where citizens are under constant surveillance, and even their feelings are controlled. Oceania has 4 ministries. Ministry of Truth, where lies become facts. Ministry of Peace, where war is waged. Ministry of Plenty, where scarcity is hidden. Ministry of Love, where punishment is dealt. Each department does the exact opposite of its name. This is what Orwell called doublethink, and everyone is always watched by Big Brother. He may not exist in person, but no one dares to question him. Big Brother is now a familiar phrase on TV shows, ads, and media, but it originally meant absolute surveillance and unconditional obedience. Orwell didn't just create a story, he gave us the vocabulary to understand our modern world. We now use these words to describe reality. Fiction, it turns out, was ahead of its time. The moment you turn on your phone, your location and behavior are tracked. Apps, GPS, social media, they all store data. That data feeds into personalized ads, content, even credit scores. London has over 1 million CCTV cameras, many with facial recognition. Reports say a Londoner appears on camera over 300 times a day. In China, the social credit system assigns scores based on citizens' behavior. High scores bring rewards like faster loans or better services. Low scores? Restrictions on travel, jobs, even school access. In the US, Clearview AI scraped over 3 billion facial images from the internet and sold access to governments and police worldwide. It helps identify people, but threatens privacy and civil liberties. Then there's PRISM, the US government program that accessed servers of major tech firms like Google and Facebook for surveillance under the name of national security. These technologies may promise safety, but they also silently shrink our private lives. Surveillance is no longer exceptional. It's normal. We've become numb to being tracked. In 1984, telescreens watched everyone. Today, we carry our own screens. The surveillance is in our pockets. In 1984, the Ministry of Truth rewrites history to ensure the government is never wrong. Today, we live in a digital world where what we see is controlled by algorithms. Search results, social feeds, YouTube recommendations, they're curated based on what we like. But is that true choice? In 2021, whistleblower Frances Haugen revealed Facebook allowed its algorithm to fuel division and outrage for engagement. We fall into echo chambers and filter bubbles where opposing views rarely surface. We're no longer choosing our information. Machines are choosing it for us. And worse, what we believe is real might be carefully crafted fake. Deep fakes, misleading stats, sensational headlines. They're optimized for clicks, not truth. In 1984, truth was erased. Today, we may not even get to see it in the first place. Newspeak in 1984 simplified language to eliminate dangerous ideas. Remove the word freedom, and no one can think it. Today, we also see filtered, softened, or manipulated language. Governments and media reframe uncomfortable truths with neutral terms. Corporations do the same. Social media platforms restrict certain words. AI moderation sometimes deletes posts simply for using sensitive terms without context. Eventually, people stop using problematic words at all. Freedom of expression may still exist, but self-censorship spreads quietly. Doublethink means believing two contradictory things at once, like war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. Sound familiar? Your privacy is protected, but location tracking is always on. Freedom of speech is guaranteed, but only within policy. Your data is encrypted, unless authorities request it. These are contradictions, but we accept them because they're repeated so often. Repetition breeds comfort, and comfort erases resistance. We're learning to accept contradiction in exchange for convenience. The most shocking truth? We agreed to be watched. We enabled GPS, Face ID, voice assistants, and shopping trackers, and we welcomed the convenience. Every click becomes a data point, and every data point powers the system watching us. We didn't just allow surveillance, we embraced it. The ending of 1984 is chilling. Winston, after torture and brainwashing, loves Big Brother. He no longer resists, he submits. Where are we now? Are we resisting, or are we too comfortable to notice? If we stop asking questions, truth vanishes. Freedom disappears silently. The system feels massive, but change starts small. Learn digital literacy, use encrypted tools, demand transparency. In the EU, GDPR privacy laws show what resistance can achieve. In 1984, all rebellion fails, but in reality, we can still choose. Speak or stay silent, comply or question, give in or push back. The choice is ours. 1984 isn't just a warning, it's a mirror. In a world of control and silence, how free are we? Is the world we live in already 1984? Or not yet?